Hey there, campers. You know what time it is already. It's a little afternoon. Yeah, it's like 12:30. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about food forest time. I'm talking about taking a look. Now I want to give you an example of what my neighbors look like. I want to show you just an epic example of suburban foolishness. What are you going to do with this grass? Can you eat this? Yeah, technically you can eat this grass, but it's going to taste horrible. Your kids are going to revolt if you feed this to them. And the nutritional value is questionable at best. Now this guy is a savior. This is one of my neighbors, and he's got a pretty sweet front yard food forest going. Some edibles, a lot of ornamentals, and this is all us trying to take back the neighborhood, folks. This is my neighbor here. I mean, gosh bless her. Gosh bless her to heaven. However, you know, she doesn't know. She doesn't know. I mean, unfortunately, actually, nobody lives here, and the person who lived in this house actually passed away. But the owner of the house should do something. I mean, I'd like to buy this house and just transform it into what's going on next door. The fools next door going crazy. So this is my yard, and I'm going to show you sort of what I got going on. This is a barrier I just put up, and it's essentially just one side of a raised bed that I have mulch piled up against. Here we got some chaya, that's Mexican tree spinach. It's in a small phase. You can saute this for a couple minutes. You know, I think 5 to 10 minutes is important to do because it's got a small amount of cyanide in it. It doesn't take much to kill you. Over here we've got this raised bed, and I just planted. I've got, you know, nice topsoil underneath, mulch, and tomato here, blackberry, tomato, eggplant, tomato. This is a flowering something or other. This is a persimmon tree that's about 8 or 9 months old that I've had in here. More tomato and eggplant, and along the border here I've got these poles, fence poles with wire, and the idea is I'll put up more wire in steps, and the tomato will trellis up this, and it'll create a nice wall. Right here is a miracle fruit bush and a pomegranate, as well as this is all Seminole pumpkin. See if I'm sure there's one growing. I saw one the other day. And right here we have a male papaya, and the reason I've got the male in here is because apparently I guess you need a pollinator. On the other side of the papaya there's a nice big fig right here with some fig setting fruit, and along the border here I've got a melon. It's sort of like a cantaloupe that's growing in the wood chips. Another melon here growing, and so the idea is it will trellis along this along these wires. Here is a couple Seminole pumpkins growing. That's a small size, and then on the other side of that is a little sugarcane area. On the other side of this fence is this green leafy ground cover, which I don't know the name of it, but I was watching one of Pete Canaris's videos, and he had the guy from eating your greens, whatever the big YouTube channel, I forget the guy's name. Anyhow, he had this and said it was called Thai pepper, but if you Google Thai pepper, it just shows you Thai peppers. I don't know what this is, but he said it's edible. I've been eating it sparingly just in case it is poisonous. If you have any idea what this is, let me know. It has the little white flowers, and then along this path is a nice big banana where I compost all the trash bags where I get leaves from. So we got ginger growing, ginger here, and some water catchment area I haven't really set up yet. And walking down this path, we've got another moringa, looking nice, a dragon fruit, another male papaya, which I should just take one of these out, pink oleander, citrus, got apple here, have peaches, and a couple peach trees which have been completely stripped to the bones. They have no peaches left on them. There were probably 50 peaches, but the squirrels have come out and completely stripped them. So I got a have a heart trap, and it's on, baby. The war is on. Here's another apple. All right, another big fat moringa. My goodness gracious, this thing is looking big. It's got to be like 5 inches across. And then this one is an even bigger moringa. And these are like a year old. Provides a nice shade, dappled lighting. And next to this is a dead royal palm, but I am going to start trellising passion fruit, the purple passion fruit up this. There's blackberries growing here, as well as on this side there's a bunch of blackberries growing. That was gangbusters this season. These things were humongous. This is a pretty small one compared to the other ones that were growing. And let's see here. We have a really tall guava. This is a guava, I don't know the variety. And all over the ground here is all sweet potato. And we had a nice harvest of sweet potato last season. These are the bananas that are growing on my banana trees here. Remember, this is all zone 9A. Fairly relatively cold for tropicals, but all these are doing well. This is another blackberry, blueberry, which is looking absolutely pathetic, and I don't really care. I'll probably just end up pulling this out of the ground shortly. Some more melon growing here, and this I plan on having all this covered in melon. This is another male papaya, so that needs to come out. This is a mulberry here. It's an everbearing, and this is probably not quite ripe enough. Not bad. Well, a little tart. Super duper tart. But this is always making fruit. This is a Barbados cherry, which I've had an issue with. It's not made any fruit yet. It's flowering all the time, but has never set fruit. If you have a suggestion, please leave it in the comments. If you would like to do so, please. Another pomegranate. I believe it's a wonderful. And here's a loquat. Over here we have a passion fruit, which is trellised all the way up this cedar tree, and it's looking awesome. I planted some passion fruit seeds, and here they are growing really awesomely here. And we even have passion fruit growing here. Let's see what else we've got. This is cranberry hibiscus. The leaves have a little tart flavor to them. Along this border here is this is all ginger, different varieties. I'll show you that in a moment. But first, I'll show you this border. This is bordering the front path, and along it I've got cucumbers and tomatoes and different melons all bordering here, and this will also go along this wire trellis as well. This all ends at the pergola mailbox, and on that is growing some grapes. On this side I've got some more randomness. This is lemongrass is starting to start off, and then some more chaya, as well as another cranberry hibiscus. Now, moving back into the food forest here, we've got this path. We'll follow it up here, back by the pink oleander, citrus tree. This is another, some more citrus here, as well as cranberry hibiscus, lemon, pagoda flower. And then behind it, inside of this area, is another miracle fruit, and that's on this south-facing wall, which stays nice and warm, and hopefully we'll protect it. We can push the zone a little bit. These are more more gingers, and then these are big female papaya trees that are probably 10 or 11 months old. Lots of papayas growing up there. Here we have some more flowering plants to attract hummingbirds, as well as a spiral ginger. These are awesome. Eat the tips, are nice and sweet. Another ginger here. Very pretty. Yeah, very, very pretty looking. Makes a really nice looking flower. And in front of the house, I've got some propagation going on with basil, carrots, artichoke, tomato, and radishes, as well as another cranberry hibiscus and rose. There's a fiddle leaf fig. This is some mint and a citronella plant. And then over here, we've got a big pile of mulch, which I'm chipping away at. And this border of the property is Mexican sunflower, as well as Mexican tree spinach. And I've got an olive here, some more cranberry hibiscus, and sugarcane, as well as Mysore raspberry right there growing, which does well in this zone. It can be pushed pretty far south. Tabasco peppers growing along the border here, and I'm in the progress of mulching this entire area. That is another banana, sugarcane. This is an awesome pepper. I don't remember the name of it. Somebody will have to write it down below. And they taste awesome, like a green pepper, and it produces so much. It's covered. I've got this big hole in the ground that I dug, which will eventually become a pond. And let's see, another fig here. Along here, I've started some different melons and loquats along the border. You can see the banana in the background there. And that, my friends, is my progress on this attempt at a Florida food forest. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you get out there and create your own food forest scenario deal going on, and keep me updated. Leave a comment or whatever people like to say on the end of these videos, and I'll catch you later on the flip side. Thanks, bye.